What is that, a buffalo?
So if you're a long-time subscriber, there's a couple of videos I might have brought you here. One of them might be the very first video I ever made. It's still up today, but considering it was a TikTok compilation I slapped together and it was back when I used Apple headphones as a mic, the quality is trash. In fact, rewatching that video nearly made me cringe myself into a hernia. And in all honesty, if the views didn't go crazy, I definitely would have vaulted it like nature did the dinosaurs. Or the Bundy Hornets, whatever happened to them? Well, with the recent upgrade in the production quality of my channel, I figured why not remake the video that probably got you here in the first place. So here's how to survive a moose attack. You don't actually have a choice in the matter. You see, the key word here is attack. The road to getting a moose aggravated often comes with a toll price of your life. And honestly, you're probably safer in front of a bear than a 10-foot tank with antlers. With predators, you can convince them that you're not worth the effort. But there is no negotiating with something that thinks you're actively trying to turn it into calories. So the best way to survive a moose attack is to not even let it get to that point. So here are some signs that a moose is considering turning you from one of a kind to another in a pine. If a moose stops eating or drinking and suddenly stares at you, you got the moose's attention and it's in your life's interest to give it back. If a moose shows you the whites of his
Yo. If I'm just chilling, let's say I'm on a hike, okay? Let's say I'm on a hike. I'm walking. See a moose getting a little drink from a river. It stops, looks at me, and then just stares at me. I'm going the opposite direction. Fam, bro, what are you doing? No weapons against a moose, bro. What are you doing? No weapons against a moose, bro. That moose is packing you out, fam. Like, oh, if it's just staring, I'm gone. I'm already gone, bro. I'm already gone.
eyes, soon you'll be seeing the sight of God's skies. And if the ears are pinned back, I don't entirely know why, but if a moose urinates while looking at you, it's a sign of ill intent. I'm guessing it's like a territorial thing, but wherever you came from is where you need to be heading. And if a moose lowers his head and starts approaching you, that is likely the last warning that doesn't come with a hospital bill. Of course, none of that really matters because a four-legged armored truck with the ability to make conscious choices could just choose to charge you unprovoked. Because there is no playbook in nature that the Moosai is going to follow. At which point, your options are limited, but you're going to want to get into a car, a shed, or a building, or at the very least put something between you and the moose.
The man turned around, saw the moose, and went right back into the shed.
Like a tree or even a mailbox or something. And if violence is inevitable, you're going to want to curl into a ball, protect your vital organs, and forgive those who may have wronged you in the past so the hate in your heart doesn't weigh you down as you go to the clouds.
I'm
But
so sorry
importantly,
if I'm that biker, I'm terrified. I'm terrified if I'm that biker. The moose was just oh shit. The moose was just charging at me. I'm terrified if I'm that biker.
don't get up right after the moose stops trampling you, because that could motivate the moose to star in the sequel of your assault. Basically, the whole make yourself look bigger thing, yeah, do the exact opposite with a moose. Don't stand your ground, because at the moment it's not yours. You're dealing with the Lord of the North, and nothing short of a magazine with no words or a freed Willy is stopping him. You can expect more than 10% off when a moose is involved, especially when it's a mother with a calf or a male in rut. And for those of you that already know what rutting is, I'm 90% sure I know how you know, and I'm 90% disappointed in you. However, the moose usually isn't trying to hurt you, so the less of a threat you are, the less danger you're in. Can't really say that for these guys though. I think they're cute because they look like humans when they should be scared because they act like them too. I actually have a list on how to survive a chimp attack, but if you're in a position where you can get touched up by one, then you've already ignored steps 1 through 5. Step 6 is to lease a coffin. But let's say you effed around and now you're trying not to find out. Don't smile or show teeth since this can be interpreted as a sign of aggression. It's their version of flashing your piece. Eye contact with a chimp is a good way to make contact with your ancestors since this can be directly seen as a challenge. However, if a chimp is already coming at you with violence, then it might be time to pick a color for your casket. There is one weakness chimps have that might just save you. Because chimpanzees are built like Michelangelo statues, their relatively low body fat and top-heavy body composition means chimps can't really swim. So if you happen to be near a body of water,
diving in the water,
deep end where a chimp can't follow you,
I'm diving into the water, fam. Diving. A chimpanzee, a bunch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 chimpanzees are chasing you.
Let's talk about bears. You've probably heard the popular rhyme for bear safety, and that's, if it's black, fight back, if it's brown, get on the ground, and if it's white like a cloud, you're gonna die. But there are some misconceptions with this, and some of those misconceptions could get you put on a shirt, so we're gonna talk about it bear by bear. With black bears, you're gonna wanna fight back. But that doesn't mean just start throwing hands at the bear, because a bear of any kind is folding any man like Sunday laundry. But what you wanna do is make yourself look like a threat. Stand up tall, talk loud and firmly, and if you have a bag or a jacket or something, raise it over your head to make yourself look bigger. Black bears seem to constantly forget who they are and instead choose to identify as overweight raccoons, so they can be intimidating. Now with brown bears, you're gonna wanna get on the ground, but not for the reason some some people might tell you. Some people say to play dead, since bears don't like to eat prey that's already past tense. Bears will eat literally anything, including other baby bears, so they're not about to miss out on free protein just because the expiration date might be off. But also, bears aren't stupid. You see, playing possum works for possums because they're not playing. They actually pass out and go into a panic coma where no amount of pushing or prodding wakes them up. Also, they'll drool and release a foul smell to really sell the bit. So unless you plan on committing to the role that hard, it's not going to help you. Why you actually get on the ground is to look as unintimidating and non-threatening as possible. So basically, none of the things you do with a black bear. You're going to want to lay down, clasp your hands around your neck, and then spread your legs to make it harder to flip you over. But the most important thing, and I cannot stress this enough, do not run. A bear can keep pace with a horse over a short distance, so all running does is guarantee you get made into a memory sooner. Especially since bears are the largest terrestrial predators on the planet while also having the endurance of a CrossFit junkie. And sometimes the bear will test your instincts by charging. Most charges, however, are bluffs, and the worst thing you can do for your health is do to race with a homicide case with paws. Also, whoever said bears can't run downhill was actively trying to sell the human race. Yes, they can, and thinking they can't will be your downfall. But the best way to survive a bear attack is to avoid one in the first place. So if you're ever hiking in bear country, you're actually going to want to make noise, which sounds counterintuitive, but making a lot of noise actually tells the bear where you are and allows it to avoid conflict in the first place. Also, since bears have a hypersensitive nose and sense of smell, carrying bear spray can be the difference between going home in peace and resting there in pieces. Bear spray is said to save people from serious injury in bear encounters 98% of the time. God bless you if you're in that 2%. There is a catch though. Everything I just said applies to territorial encounters with bears. If a bear comes at you on predatory timing, then my only advice is to make peace with the higher being of your choosing. Predatory bear attacks on humans are rare, but when they do happen, someone gets put on the news. And that's why if the bear in your presence is a polar bear, then it's up. And by it, I mean your time on Earth. Polar bears are hyper carnivores, so while other bears are omnivorous, polar bears are all meat all the time. And since polar bears can smell their next meal from an area code away, by the time you see him, just know he's been plotting on you. There is one tip that says polar bears have ADHD, and undressing and tossing articles of clothing will distract it long enough for you to escape. But unless you have like an unlocked car or a bear-proof house, all you've done is guarantee that you now die naked and cold. And if the bear somehow doesn't get you, whoever finds your body...
I was about to say, okay, so I think polar bears are only found in Antarctica. I could be wrong, but if I'm in Antarctica and I'm supposed to take off my clothes so that it distracts the bear and throw it on the ground, fam, what am I supposed to wear to protect me from, the insanely cold weather? Like, I'm just gonna freeze to death.
Find yourself staring down a line. First of all, it probably took a lot of bad life decisions to end up there, and it's likely your fault. But pay attention to its tail. If it's swaying from side to side, that means the line feels threatened, which is good because that means it can still be negotiated with. But if the tail's rigid and not moving at all, then it's likely a predatory encounter, in which case the only thing up for negotiation will be the cost of your casket. In tiger country, it's often advised to wear a backwards mask to convince the ambushing big cat that it's already lost the element of surprise. But with tiger attacks on the rise, it's likely the striped demons are calling the bluff. Bluffing's probably your only option against a kangaroo. Like with the moose and the brown bear, your goal is to convince the steroid rabbit that you're as little of a threat as possible. And you do that by...
Fam, kangaroos are actually like built. Like, they're actually muscular. Fam, I'm not fighting no fucking kangaroo. Fam, bro, have you seen a kangaroo? Like, they got muscles on top of their muscles.
Avoiding eye contact and not facing the macropod directly. And if a kangaroo starts putting the paws on you, you're gonna want to curl into a ball.
I heard that they have muscles in their tails. Like, they could literally, like, their tails are technically a third leg.
Hits and pray. Because if the kangaroo hauls off and kicks you, you're probably not getting back up. But if you want a kangaroo cheat code, lower your head, keep your hands close to your body, and cough. A deep cough is similar to the sound weaker males make to submit to a bigger, stronger alpha-roo. It's basically giving the kangaroo the right of way. As you can see, this woman failed to cough and now she's coughing up a kidney. So I guess with kangaroos you have two choices. You can either have a coughing fit or be fit in a coffin.